Everybody, welcome back to Northern Lion Plays Monster Train. Couldn't have asked for a more ridiculous win for our first win. So even though we made some mistakes in making it happen and it took us a long time to get there, that was it was a thrilling victory, without a doubt. Now we're gonna try playing some of these factions that maybe we haven't focused on as much. I think for sure... I think for sure... We'll keep going on Covenant, by the way. Try to, you know, might as well make the challenge stretch to fit our newfound skills. But let's put a random allied clan, and then we'll play as the Stygian Guard as our primary clan. Although, hold on, now that I think about it, I feel like Stygian and Awoken have, like, I don't want to say a synergy, but like a mild overlap in terms of mechanics at least. So final boss, let's not worry about that too much, although friendly units enter with sap 3, so it's like anti-rage. Now, Steel Enhancer, I don't really like that much, honestly. Basically 1 for 3-3, 1 energy for 3-3, I don't really, I don't think it's usually worth it. If you have multi-strike though, that can change. I don't know if this triggers... Oh, we have no choice. Why am I making myself get upset about it? What I will say, though, is spell weakness is a mechanic we haven't really interacted with too much. Spell weakness, you might think that if you have 1 stack of spell weakness, then it leads to you doing, like, if something's going to do 11 damage, it actually does 12. But in reality, if you have 1 stack of spell weakness, something will do that does 11 damage will do 22 damage. It'll do 11 damage twice, and then that stack of spell weakness will come off. To the best of my knowledge, at least. I don't know how it decays, whether it all decays at once, or whether it decays 1 per turn, but we'll see. Grant 1 stack of spikes each time it's applied, or apply dazed to enemy units when they enter the floor before the pyre room. So... enemies get stalled on the 3rd floor is interesting, but I have to be honest, I really do like the spike mechanic. Unplayable and non-purgeable. I think with Awoken in our deck, the spike mechanic is going to be really interesting. And then, if we're gonna go spell weakness because we have spells that give spell weakness, we might as well try to stack up as much spell weakness as possible. So you have sweep, and when you hit... you'll apply 1 spell weakness to everybody. So really, like, what we're looking for here is maybe some great AoE spells. If we can hit everybody with spell weakness and then play, like, a high damage AoE spell, that's really good. So you guys start with Heavy Rage. And we could also give you 5 armor. It will allow us to get a unit. Which I really think, like, the value proposition for taking these trials early is really good. Unless I think it'll literally kill us, I think it's the right idea to just give it a shot right out the gate. So, obviously we have no need for spell weakness here. We just have to use our brains. Because I think if I mean, you're doing 20 damage, for 1. If I play you, obviously you're dead. If I play 2 of you, you're dead too. So, I really think next floor you're going to do 12. Because you're going to lose 2 for rage. But then 1... Dude, I don't know. I'm like... But here's the thing. If spell weakness is going to be worth anything for us, we need to be able to... By the way, new mouse! New mouse! I forgot. Look at this. Oh, baby. We're scrolling so easily. But what I was going to say is... we don't want to put our champion up here, because then we don't get a chance to use spell weakness, because as soon as they leave this floor, we don't get to interact with them when they go to the pyre. So I think our play is, we know a train steward is going to get yeeted to oblivion on this floor next turn, unless we can get a spell to kill some of the enemies early. And then we'll cast 2 train stewards up at the top, because we don't have any better units anyway. And no real reason to apply spell weakness to any of these guys. They only have 1 HP. So I think, we've evolved from just yeeting our champion on the bottom floor immediately. I think that's very sensible. Now that I think about it, you do have armor. That armor means that, obviously, you're going to live through some of these attacks. So you're already dead. Hold on. I'm like playing as if my mouse wheel's still broken. Alright, hear me out here. I think you definitely like... you're dying no matter what. I think making your sweep unit deal more damage is a dream come true. And then all these units are already dead. We might as well play this because it just works, right? And then let's see how this works. We'll put this out here. It did 12 damage. So it is just doubling, yeah. Alright, and you should be dead too, so that's going to make our next floor a little bit easier. Because we do still need tanks in front of our champion, ideally, to make this go properly. Otherwise, our champion's in a real dangerous position right here. And you're not dying. Why? Oh, because you're killing me. That makes perfect sense. So let's tank you up. Do we have another train steward? We do, so that's going to be huge. I think we're going to be totally fine. And then we might as well just play our deck, honestly. No real reason to play that, but no reason not to play it either, so why not get it out there? Alright, so I am a little bit worried about a relentless boss. But you just make our deck worse, which is bad, but not that bad. Okay, work with me on this one. We need Train Steward. It's non-negotiable. We might as well regen you. You have 135 HP, which is a lot. Okay, love you too. Let's apply as much spell weakness onto the boss as possible, in the hopes that on the next floor, it's gonna be hard for us to target an enemy unit with a spell. But you want to try, right? I don't mind our pyre taking a little damage. Let me think about this. You don't do a multi-strike or anything. I mean, I think we play everything but Weight of Contrition then. So we'll just do that. Now you're taking 40 damage, which is obviously pretty solid. And then we'll keep stacking spell weakness on you, because if we get you up to this floor, we can still do a lot of damage to you that way. And then I really think... You have 8 HP, so you're already going to live through one attack. So I think we just buff our champion as much as we can, and I think this is going to be enough. I think this is going to be enough. Not on this floor, obviously, but within 2 floors. And now you've got 10 stacks of spell weakness, so obviously this is what I want. Is this going to do 60 damage? 66, oh my god. That's incredible. Alright, so I think we handled that first fight just about as well as you could ask for. Offering is like when you discard it, it plays. Yeah. I really do like deal 25 damage to the front enemy unit twice. And with spell weakness, this is like, you can get some disgusting stuff going here. It is a little expensive, but I totally see it working. Deal damage to the front enemy equal to 10 times the amount of spikes on friendly units. Unfortunately for now, we have no spike synergy. That may change as soon as our next reward coming up here. I think for now, we like Vine Grasp, just so we have something that can target those back units. And oh baby, look at this, a golden card. I'm tempted to take it just because it's gold. None of this is really what I like a lot, to be honest. But I think it's a tough choice. I kind of feel like Guard of the Unnamed is a better tank for us. We already have a sweep champion that's going to be disgusting. We really need like more raw damage, but I don't think Siren of the Sea. I don't think we have enough cheap spells to get you like balling out of control quickly. So I think we'll accept this as our best possible option for now. And I really believe that we want a unit with spikes. Let me put it that way, because of our artifact, we get spikes on you, which we definitely want. So that's huge. You're another great tank. We want to make a spell ball out of control, and I think we just got it. So we will make our 25 damage to the front enemy unit twice hold over, which means when we play it, it gets put on the top of our deck again. And then we will also give it, whoops. There it is. We'll give it -1 cost. And then we're always going to play it. That's a minimum of 50 damage to the front enemy every turn if we like playing it. And then, we have added a bunch of units. So, in my world, I think you can look at this and go, you know what? Train Steward, get the heck out of town. Remember, you can't purge your, Sorry, we could give something extra power here if we wanted to. I don't think there's anything we really want to, like, consume on this, though, so I'm not going to sweat that for now. Oh my god, I'm not used to this, to a working mouse wheel. But, I think that we've got a really good thing going here. I don't think you can ask for too much more. Enemy units come in with, extra spikes. if we go for this. Resolve at a sinner's burden. But you're a 1-2 and you're a big wall. I think we totally allow this. Spikes are dangerous because of our sweep unit, but, well, our sweep champion, I should say. But we should be able to kill so many enemies with just our spells that I'm not sweating it too much. So I'll level with you. We cannot play our champion on this floor. Or, we will... They'll die. Full stop. Because 3 spikes. Yeah, there's no way we can give you any extra armor. So I definitely just... Like, I think you work great like this. And then we'll move the guard up a floor, because you're dying to spikes. And we'll put our champion up here to hopefully make them work. And I think we just save the urchin spires, or urchin spines, to hopefully get some better damage against the boss in all likelihood. Okay, so we're gonna take some hits here, but that's not that bad, actually. You're living. You're gonna take some heat, but you're living. I think we just... ice you with this for 50 gold. Then I gotta think. We're playing all of our cards, but where are we playing them is the question. I always think a sweep unit benefits, and we also get the incant here, but the sweep unit appears to benefit the most, for sure, with a buff. And then we'll just lance the crap out of you. And you're almost dead. Any spell will kill you next turn. Really, I'll be honest, I'm not sweating anything in our performance until we draw the card. And we're going to draw it at the bottom of the deck, unfortunately. That allows us to get the holdover. If we draw that holdover faster, like, we actually have nothing to worry about. Unfortunately, this time, that's not how that worked, but... I think we gotta go hard on the spike synergy. I'll tell you that. Our champion's not dying yet, so we can wait that out. We'll send a train steward out here, and you're gonna be fine. And then I definitely still think we just go hard on this. And we might as well put spell weakness on you. I would like another train steward at the top level. I'm not sure we're gonna need it. We'll see. So heavy spikes here is what we love to see. So we finally got Helical Chrysalis. This wall is so annoying, but we can apply spell weakness to you. That's great. And then this should do... Well, what are we not going to play? That's a good question, and I don't know the answer yet, but I'll tell you. That did 100 damage to you, which is real solid for us. And you're the boss. Okay, you're the boss. Congrats, you're the boss or whatever. So spell weakness is now gone. Do we heal you? I have to run it through, because you're going to hit you. 3, 1. You're dying. You're taking 7 on turn 1. So I really actually don't think our regen is going to help us out there. You're not dying, so I think it does pay to get you taken care of. And we're going to get that holdover next turn. So the enemy is actually legitimately just dead on the next turn. Now that I think about it, we could play a train steward up on this level as well. But really, we're a little bit spell weakness, spell focused right now. And this is going to get the job done, because we just get the holdover. Oh, you didn't have spell weakness, and I had the thing that allowed me to give you spell weakness. Anyway, you're still going to die, but I feel bad because that was stupid of me. Oh well. Better to find that out early and not make that mistake so much in the future, hopefully. Still very good. Offering is something that we can't really get right now. We don't have any discard engines, so I think this is too optimistic to take. Even though we could play it for cost. I think instead, we are going to just skip this and take our gold. Obviously, like, if you see a gold card, you know I love it. I think that I mean, if we're going to go for the spike synergy here, we definitely want regen 5. And if we could remove consume from it, that's amazing. This is also great with spell weakness. I think we're spoiled for choice, but we'll take the cheap spell, which is also a good incant engine in case we manage to make that happen. And do we want to duplicate a card? Yes, precisely. This is a great situation for us, but we can always upgrade later. I mean, you gotta hit the vents and then double your best spell for sure. And this is just a stupid amount of damage that we can get going here. Let's see what's going on in these caves. I think I'm playing better with the mouse. You might not believe me, but I think it's true. An iceberg looms. Do you take anything? Rail forges hammer. Extra capacity per floor. The manual +5 capacity on a random floor, or -1 capacity on each floor, but +15 magic power. So nostalgia is kind of an interesting play, I would say. With spell weakness, you could get some seriously disgusting stuff going, but I think just in terms of like raw goodness, we'll take the Rail Forger's Hammer. It seems the hardest one to screw up. Let's put it that way. Even though we're not using our extra capacity yet, as we get more and more units, that could change pretty easily. So don't forget, you could hit this guy with your spells and spell weakness before you even start attacking him as the boss himself. So you're doing 15 damage, and on death you do damage to the enemy unit. So I'm just trying to think if I can play a sweep on floor 1. You'll have 15, but you need to be able to survive 18. I think I can literally make it happen. If my math is wrong, I apologize. It's not wrong yet. I know you're like, it's wrong. It's not wrong yet. However, we could also just yeet a train steward out on the front here to take some heat instead of playing a restore. But the restore is gonna, I guess it's not gonna buff you. It's just gonna, you know, I think it makes more sense to just yeet a train steward out there for survivability's sake. And having the champion on floor 1 is actually really nice for us to get spell weakness enablers out there, without a doubt. Now, we don't have the... Oh, we do have the capacity for the Thorn Hollow. Oh my god, you're absolutely toasted. Your ashes will scatter to the earth. You will be no more. So we definitely, like, apply spell weakness. That's going to do a lot of damage to you. And then we'll restore you. And the spikes are just disgusting and out of control. And we're applying spell weakness to anything that has the audacity to leave this floor alive. Now, can we keep the hollow alive? That's kind of our big question here. I think it still makes the most sense to dust these guys if possible. Even though we could set up a good holdover like spell on these guys, I really genuinely think you go like... I think you go like this. I think you just dust them. Now you're living, which is fantastic news. And I think we give you spell weakness. Hit the crap out of you. You're not dying, which is stunning to me. We'll restore you. And then you have spell weakness, so I think we might as well ice you. Now you are dying. Fantastic. Alright. This is our floor. If we can get our front unit to live, this is our floor. You're still taking 29 damage. Good lord. I don't think we can get our front unit to live, I'm just gonna be honest. But hear me out here, there are some plays. Like, for example, this is just free 2 kills. Oh, be careful! There's only one way out of this. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll buff you. And then hit you again. Now, if you're still dying, you're still dying. There's very little I could do about that. But we got a great tank behind us, which is good news as well. So I think you just put the consume on that unit because this unit's gonna die. And then... and the spell weakness is starting to stack up on our boss. It's a beautiful thing. Alright, so hear me out here. Are you still going straight? You're taking like next to no damage. That's fantastic. So here's what you do. You lost your spell weakness. You know what? We'll save our... Yeah, I think this is good to get some extra momentum, honestly. And we're just really... Oh, we don't have enough. That's okay. We're just stacking up this bottom floor this time. So we really want to see spell weakness on you. It doesn't exist, which is really bad. However, every time... I mean, you're taking a minimum 100 damage per holdover. So you're actually... Sorry, they're very loud. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're actually about to take 750 damage. 200? One of these days I'll get that calculation right. We were off by a lot. Channel Song is really good. Draw a unit and enhance it. There's a lot to like. Enhance a unit with plus 10 and spikes 5, which is, it already has the effect built in. I think you just go Channel Song there. Seems better. And then Sweep, that also applies spell weakness. The question really becomes, do we need more of this? I almost like the Nameless Siren, and it can fit in on the bottom floor, and then as we incant, we've got a real, like, high damage dealer to crush you. But I don't know if it's worth going hard on the spell weakness strategy. Because, like, being able to apply spell weakness... But your damage is so weak, and we have no AoE. I think we're actually better off with a Nameless Siren here. Now, we don't... Just straight up with you, we don't need capacity. Because we already got the capacity from the Railforger's Hammer. So I think we are better off with extra energy. And that's the first act complete. So, you know what? I mean, I really can't complain about this one so far. Pretty much mission accomplished, I'd say. I definitely think we benefit more from this side. So let's start with Unstable Vortex. And I think... Let me count units here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and our champion. I think we pull a Train Steward and a basic Restore. But I wouldn't mind getting more units. So we're getting one right away. For Revenge, you gain 1. Gain 1 energy. We don't really need it, but... in fact, I mean, full stop. I just really think we don't need it. But do we need another Sweep unit? It is tanky. It can function as a tank. It benefits from our buffs, from Steel Enhancer. But, like, you're 530, but you don't really do that much for me. Like... We don't tend to need the energy, I think. So I actually think our Golden Husk Hermit is probably our play. I didn't remove one of the cards. Okay, my mistake. I think we didn't remove a Train Steward. We removed one earlier, I think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we just added another unit. So even if we... I mean, the regen is still functional in the deck, to be honest with you. And then we'll upgrade our champion. Certainly at this point, I think we just want to go for... super spell weakness if possible. We're going a little bit harder down that path. Upgrade a spell to remove consume, but cost more. We want it on this regen, I think. Although the spell weakness is good, the regen really only works on our spiked unit, but it would be nice. Channel Song I don't like as much because after we play our units, this becomes useless. We'd actually almost rather have it consume. We don't have any AoE, so for now I think Wildwood Sap still makes the most sense. And I'm gonna spend on Wildwood Sap again and make it cost 0, so we can play it for free every time it comes up. When I am looking at this and I'm going, is there anything? Not really anything that I like on that too much. But here's what I do like. You can re-roll. We should still be able to afford a sick upgrade. A double stack. I think we like a double stack of that. Spell weakness 2. And then we have so much energy, I really don't think we need to make something free, but we kind of might as well make something free. You know what I mean? Like, why not? Make a Steel Enhancer free. Even though these are kind of high priority targets to remove from our deck, why not make our deck as good as possible right now, right? So I think we got a good thing going. I'm not saying we're going to be there forever, but I think we got a good thing going for now. Enemy units appear on each floor. Okay, what's your thing? You're a 1/5, 1/5. You're relentless, and every time you live through a floor, you get plus... Or after end of every combat, you get +5. I think we're willing to risk our pyre slightly here. And we'll probably just end up playing our champion one floor higher to work with this. Man, if our champion could be quick, though. Oh, baby. Because you guys... Extinguish. I kind of just like the idea of you guys getting destroyed by the pyre. Like, that's a gimme in my world. And then you guys will do damage, but not really that much. So I think this is the play. Nameless Siren goes up at the front. Then you put the Titan's Bane behind. I think you play a Steel Enhancer, no matter what, which is going to give you better rage. And Frozen Lance will rage you up, which is pretty good. I think it's actually potentially smarter to start there. Although now these guys are stronger. That's a valid point. And the Train Steward... It's tough to just yeet one out there. How much damage do you do? 0, 1. Honestly, I think we can put a Train Steward on the bottom floor just to kill this one unit. And again, we're kind of just letting our... we're letting the pyre wreck these guys so they don't get an extinguish buff. I think that was very sensible play. Alright. Now, definitely, you put the Thorned Hollow up at the front. I mean, it's a pretty simple turn here. You're dying, unless... No, don't die! You're so tanky, haha! And let's... Give me the gold. Give me the gold. Because we're playing on the trial here, this one's gonna be a little tougher. It just is what it is. I think our guard is probably super dead, unless we can put something up to stop him. Okay, this is a floor where you gotta care. So I think we definitely stop. Like, you getting to the top, you're gonna die in one hit and you do no damage, so who cares? I think we want to stop you from screwing up our second floor, assuming we can keep you alive, because you're doing 5 and 1. We could always just stick this right here. And then we got less to worry about. So you, I think we apply spell weakness. Hit you with the helicals. You're already dead. So where does the regen go? Probably on the super spike unit. And then... I think you still make your... Yeah, and the incant's going stronger. You still make your champion stronger, and the regen's just... We're gonna chunk them. We're gonna chunk them here. Now that we got the holdovers, we got, like, so little to worry about relative to where we were before. So with 4 energy, do we have a champion, or a unit we can draw? We do. So you, for sure, you play Channel Song. You get a Train Steward, the likes of which you've never seen before, and play it for 0. Get this out of here. I would love to give you spell weakness. I'm kind of surprised you don't have it already. But I think we need to save Urchin Spines for the boss. I like playing spells on this floor because it makes our Siren that much stronger. Okay. So I was going to say, it's got to be a brief respite. And then Super Spike Unit. I'm sorry to tell you, you don't have my permission to die. We are going to apply the weakness. We're going to smack you. And then this floor, you exist just to stall, just to let you know. So, we're going to apply regen. We're going to apply regen again. And then, honestly, I'm like... This is insanity. But I'm like, maybe we Vine Grasp to get your damage even higher. But no, that can't possibly be right. Because it would count as an incant, but I don't think we want to hit our front unit with it. Although it would be hilarious. Alright, so I'll tell you, this is an easy turn. Step 1, spell weakness. Smack you pretty good. You're all done, and I accept this. Keep you going. And we have to play this for holdover. We might as well play it for another 50 damage. And you're taking 35. That's alright. Taking 35 is not great there, but it doesn't really matter because this isn't our big floor. This is really just a stall floor for us. This is our big floor. Although with no spell weakness, it's also a bummer. So, but keep in mind, we got the incredible Train Steward up at the top. So we still got to do 100 damage to you there. And we definitely forget the 6 damage. Next turn, you're going to have spell weakness on you, which is enormous for us. Because immediately, you're going to take 8 stacks of Helical Chrysalis. It's good stuff. I have literally no complaints. Apply Dazed 1 to enemy units, discard your hand. It's interesting. It's interesting. Consume, apply Frostbite 5 to enemy units. It's interesting. Dazed 1. You have my attention. It's basically a free floor. As long as you play it last, I think it's okay. Descend a unit and restore 10 health. It is interesting, don't get me wrong. I actually think we can make the Custodian work here, because their capacity is so low that the utility that they provide for us is actually kind of tempting. Now, I do, trust me, I love the idea of duplicating that holdover spell yet again, but I think we do benefit a lot from making some of our units better for the first time. So, multi-strike is always great. The only question is who gets it. And I think it makes the most sense to me to give Nameless Siren multi-strike. They're kind of our highest damage unit. And then I think just taking some raw damage on top of that turns you into quite a formidable foe. And then Endless, if a unit dies, it comes back. I think for sure we love that on the Thorned Hollow. I think that's incredibly good. And I actually am like, you know what? Make the Thorned Hollow even tankier, too. Oh, and then let's go to the caverns first. We might get a duplication portal here to begin with. I don't think it's duplicate. What is that? Purge a card, gain a card. I like it. So we will purge another Train Steward. And we will get... I think we want a rare Awoken. Gives quick. Yo, quick on our champion is so good. Even though it consumes, we can make it not consume in the future, hopefully. So we threw in a Train Steward. I think at this point, we probably then... Even though we have a good restore synergy, I think we definitely want to cut... We're just a little light on units, you know? I think we can cut a restore. No, I think we can cut 2 restores. Even though it makes the Thorned Hollow a little worse. We're still kind of in flux. We don't have a boss fight coming up just yet. Non-boss enemy units get +6, but you get 150. But you have Stealth 1. I don't think we can turn this on here. Stealth is the hardest archetype for me to deal with. So minimum, we want to build our strong floor on floor 2. We definitely want to hurt you, and we don't have an incant coming here, unless we want to get an incant going on the bottom. The thing is, these enemies are always going to have stealth too, so it's not like we're ever going to get in front of them. Although they do attack on floor 1, so if I actually played this, we could do enough damage to them to cause some problems with spikes. Although they're legitimately not really doing much right now. So it's kind of a complicated situation, but I think you just build like this. I think you go Thorned Hollow. I think you build a nightmare second floor. Let's put it that way. We only have 3 space remaining, so you got to choose what you put in. And we already have a sweep unit on this floor, so I think that's fine. And so I think we'll just put an incanted unit here, but we want the spike enabler there. We'll hit you with one of these. And then, I mean, the Husk Hermit, again, because these guys have stealth. I'll tell you, I don't think there's a reason to play it. I think you can save that as a channel song trigger. It may not work. I mean, because this pulls... It doesn't only draw from the draw pile, I believe, but... So I think we'll put a garbage Train Steward up at the top. Unless, you know what? Maybe you just channel song right away. And now we've got a 2022, which we can put up at the top. That's also going to allow us to draw every turn. So that's very nice. Now you, we want to get out in front of, obviously. And we can play everything. So we might as well apply spell weakness. You're not going to get hit by spells this turn, but that's okay. Straight up, I still think you play nothing on the bottom floor. Though it may seem ridiculous. I think you play nothing on the bottom floor. Just because it's going to be free damage and they're not always going to have utility. I know it's kind of a weird choice, I'll admit. And then we have to make a decision about who we buff. And I actually think this time we buff the Siren, even though we may not see them used to their fullest. They do the best with the steel enhancers because of the multi-strike, in my opinion. So, hold on here. Definitely regen 5 is where this starts to pop. Losing spell weakness sucks. Losing this, I should say. So I think we just torch you. And I think we just torch you. And I think we just torch you. And, I mean, you're getting stupid armor off of the incants here. You love to see it. Alright. Now, quickness. Quickness will be huge. Did not get quickness. You guys really aren't doing that much damage. So I ain't sweating it too much. I honestly think we give you the spell weakness. But it doesn't, if it doesn't consume, we might as well daze these guys. Oh, but sorry, it discarded our whole hand. It doesn't matter because we're going to get the kill anyway, but we probably could have gotten some more incant triggers. Alright, a brief respite. So our boss needs quickness, or our champion needs quickness. And then you come out to the front, although that is going to get rid of spell weakness. Is there any other better way to do that? I don't think so. We take you to the front. Yes, and you lose your spell weakness. However, then we give you spell weakness. We give you one of those. And then who do you crank on here? It is a tough choice. I still think, you know, you're doing pretty well on that unit right there. Alright, so floor 1, I'm not stopping you too much here, I'll admit. We could put you down. You will at least do a little damage. Here's the thing, though. I really like this. 2 spell weakness. 1 spell weakness. And then here's some helical crystals for you. That's good damage. I mean, there's no other place to put you. So you really might as well go down here. You're gonna die. For the next 10 attacks, restore health equal to damage dealt. That sucks, but at least we're taking out the stealth minions. Probably, no, we're not. But we have quick, so we'll take them out regardless. Alright. So you, more regen. You're taking 142. Y'all are dazed. I discarded, you dummy! You fool! What happened to my champion there? I just want to know. I'm not mad. I just want to know. I am a fool, though. I'll admit my foolishness. Okay, here's the thing. Spell weakness. Spell weakness. Get incanted. Do you still have lifesteal? I don't know. You have 7 spell weakness. Oh! Saved! Not deserved. Not deserved, but saved. Let's go. Apply silence to enemy units. Disables triggered abilities. I mean, that's pretty good. It also has permafrost, so it doesn't get discarded when you draw it. It's really good to ice a boss. I think this is actually worth taking. This is also interesting, giving all of our units armor, but I think we'll go tome. It's interesting enough to get me excited. Consume and apply spikes 5. I actually just don't think that's that good, even with our spike relic, which obviously it was already built in. 1 energy for 5 spikes doesn't move the needle for me. Let's just put it that way. Are you looking to upgrade spells, or are you looking to upgrade units? A lot of our spells are pretty upgraded already. Donkey. We don't really want to remove cards. I think we're better off with the unit upgrading right now, to be straight up with you. Upgrade a unit with Endless, upgrade a unit with Incant, gain armor 1. I don't know what we would want to be Endless here. None of this is really that good. Incant, gain armor 1. I mean, if we could put that on our champion, we'd be pretty stoked. I mean, I know that, like, Incant, gain armor 1 is, like, pretty good on you, but we have to play, like, 10 spells for you to survive an attack. Now, it does make you slightly stronger, but I don't think this really moves the needle that much. I think this is actually a rare, I think this is a rare instant reroll. Quick, on the other hand, is always going to be sick. And I really think Quick on a sweep unit takes out so many of the support units before they can do anything that I'm just in love with it. So let's also give you more attacks so you can take out all support units. And let's give oh, you already have spikes. Well, I think in this case with 65 we actually just save our gold, but I don't know if we're gonna make it through this boss. Let's go to the caverns first. I wouldn't survive not going to the caverns here. Oh, hello, the historian. Are you honest, aggressive, or stealthy? Get 30 gold when you play it, but it's purged. Your pyre gets +1 attack for every 10 gold you have, or deal 2 damage to an enemy unit. If you kill a unit, get 50 gold. I'm stealthy. Plus, with spell weakness, who knows? Maybe we could even do as much as 10 damage with this thing. But 50 gold is a lot. That's no joke. So with silence, I think Fell maybe is not going to be as bad as usual. You have multi-strike 1 and 1200. Alabaster Guardian units have multi-strike, and other units have rage. It's not, I mean, multi-strike dies to thorns if we can get our Thorned Hollow to just be, like, ridiculous. So you're doing a lot of damage. That's undeniable. You do nothing right now. So I think, like, we just accept floor 1 is not that great for us. So we're going to abandon it temporarily. We might as well incant. And I'm not going to use this just because, again, it does so much better against the boss. If we could get this to lose consume in the future, it's high on the list, let me put it that way. But being able to apply spell weakness to something that doesn't move is great news for us. Alright, where are you going? You're going up here? You couldn't ask for more on that one. Channel Song is huge here. It getting the Train Steward is not as huge. But we can talk about it. So you're already torched. But I think we just can't yet. And then you are a little annoying. So what do we not play is really your question. I think you can play your Train Steward up at the top. Down here, I mean, a Husk Hermit does pretty well. Your rage is going to decrease. You can at least take out the Marksman, who does a lot of damage, and you're quick, so, you know, you're not taking that much damage. The multi-strike is admittedly tempting. I kind of feel like we do a lot better by putting our... I mean, we could hold over here, don't get me wrong. We probably want to hold over, I hate to say it. The Siren, don't get me wrong, it's so good, but... It's not like I want to stall it. We're just looking for our Thorned Hollow. Did we get days? We did not get our days, but we do have our thorns. So really, you got to put your Thorned Hollow on the big floor. Look, I'm just going to be honest. You're going to hit our pyre, and I'm okay with that. You're already dying before you can do anything. So I think we want Thorned Hollow. We could use it to protect you. I'm not gonna dispute that. But I think we're setting up for one huge floor. We want you up at the front of this huge floor. And then we no capacity here. Okay, you're taking some damage. I would prefer you didn't take, but it is what it is. You know what? All of a sudden, you're dying, and we can still play our other cards. I think we gotta kill the units that are real first. And oh, spell weakness. The spell weakness is getting out of control. What do you got? Only 2 right now, but that's gonna change. Alright. Consume, apply quick. You dying sucks, but there's also very little I can do about it, I think. Yeah, I think you're going down no matter what. So who gets quick? If you're dying anyway. I still think quick here is always going to be okay. We really want it on our multi-strike unit, I think, but they're still in the deck right now because I didn't play them the first time because I'm a fool. Now you... We do attack first. I think we apply spell weakness. Kick you out of our house. Make our quick unit stronger. Kill the guardian statue finally. And then really, I think we're almost ready for the boss fight, although we've done no damage to the boss yet. There are at least no guardian statues left. Okay, I mean, we could silence the boss. If they're not immune to silence, why wouldn't you play it now? I guess is my hypothesis, right? They do glow green. They got silenced. Can't help but notice, you appear to still have multi-strike. I guess multi-strike isn't a triggered ability. Okay. Get roasted. You're living, which is fantastic news. You're also gonna get roasted. And you know what? I'm like... It's not healing, but let's keep this Thorned Hollow alive. We really don't have as many spike enablers as I thought we would. So remember, discards your whole hand. It discards your whole hand. Check this out. 6 damage. Oh, you had spell weakness. So actually, Petty Thief totally would have worked. But on the other hand, already worked. I'm very tempted to spell weakness you. I actually think I'm just gonna put it on you, just to get ready for the dream. And who are we gonna daze? We're gonna daze you probably. Yeah. So let's hit you, and then daze you. And you still move on a daze, huh? That's fine. I've learned to live with it. So, Nameless Siren. You're at the back here. We gotta toast you. You gotta get toasted. What's done is done there. I actually think you just stack up the spell weakness on the boss as quickly as possible. We attack first. Why are you taking no damage? Because you don't do any damage. So why am I concerned about you? It's a great question. Are we going to draw regen next turn? We are. You're doing 11. Still a little hard, honestly. Okay. Well, who gets the buff? I still think we give it to you. So we're really gearing up for one big turn on our boss. Floor 1's not going to do a whole lot for us. I'm just going to level with you. But you get huge regen. That's great news. You, I'd really like you to die. But I think we really do the best by double stacking you as much as possible. I think we're learning a lot here. You're dying, which is great news. So what do we do? Well, with spell weakness, I still think you're better off just hitting this guy. And then he's dying too. Great stuff. Great stuff. You got good regen. Let's buff our unit at the back, though. It's a real just-in-case sort of moment, and we're going to give you extra rage as well with the incant there. It was really just about choosing who gets incanted. Okay, we wanted helical crystals here, but it is what it is. So you're taking 67. That's not a lot. However, you're not really going to take 67, are you? You're gonna take like 300. It didn't really do as well as I thought it would, honestly, but okay, here you go. Take one of these. Can't move, boss. And then You're dazed. I think we get one turn off. And then things are gonna get hot. This is still great. I mean, you got... How many stacks of spell weakness are you gonna have by the time you get to the top? 14? Yeah, I think you're super done. You love to see it. You love to see it. Alright, so we're off to the races. I mean, 100 damage to the front enemy unit. It's kind of... I mean, it's just really good. Even without spell weakness. I think you can be super happy with this. This is also kind of tempting. We don't have as much healing as I'd like, but I think Ice and Pyre is maybe where we want to be there. Now, energy is not a problem. I think maybe we could actually benefit from the capacity now, especially with Endless Thorned Hollow. We could get some real plays out of that. So we could get a relic, we could upgrade our spells. We could actually get multiple relics, upgrade our spells. I think we do want to upgrade our spells, even though buying a relic and getting a relic for free is also pretty good. Obviously we want spell weakness 3. That's the win condition for our run. And let's go to the caverns first. We want to make quick, not consume, and maybe if we could duplicate our healing card. So these are curses. We just say no to these most of the time. Although, playing a blight card deals 100 damage to the front enemy unit, but we already have that without it costing 3 energy, so... But Purge removes it from your deck forever. But we only have 3 of them. Yeah, I don't think that's good. We could get Dead Weight. I think they're all bad. One of these, I believe that these could be worth it, but we've never found an opportunity to make them tick. So 290 gold is no joke. Double stack on spell weakness. Can we upgrade a card to not have consume? Because like I'll level with you. This is a great double stack to begin with. And then making a card cheaper is not bad, but we really don't need it. What we would love to see is making a card not consume. But we're not going to get it. Permafrost just keeps it in our hand. Which is not bad on our apply 2 weakness to everything card, but... Plus 20 damage consume. I mean, dude. Actually, I'm looking at it, I'm like... I feel like Petty Theft plus 20 damage consume is actually pretty okay on that. We might as well make something cheaper, because we're going to be playing the stuff that we got to begin with. Let's make Pyrebound cheaper, because we're going to play that every time, so that's 1 energy every turn. And maybe we'd like to purge, like, a basic Frozen Lance. I think that's pretty acceptable to make our deck a little bit stronger. The weak point of our deck is definitely units. Our units are not locked in yet. Do we want to give units armor 20? They already start with so much HP. Ember Drain is also horrible. I think we just accept that this isn't for trial. This is for, you know, survivability. Okay, so we can build on floor 1 here. You love Thorned Hollow out of the front. I mean, Ice and Pyre is just going to kill you. The question is whether we want an Incant. And I think the answer is for sure yes. We definitely would like to give you spell weakness as quickly as possible. And then we can put our Sweeper on floor 2, and then it can only be played in the Pyre room and the floor below it. That's why you always read the text on the card. That's why you always read the text on the card. So we have 1 energy, which is just absolutely terrible. Really, really bad. You need the regen, so that's a gimme. And we're getting a sick Incant out of that. Honestly, I think we can afford to get you out there. I'm like, what other units do we have in our deck? What's gonna get hit by Channel Song? I am tempted to silence you, honestly. But you don't have Ember Drain. So I think actually, how much damage you taken? 7? As long as we draw some actual attacks, Or some spells, I should say. We should be fine. We got plenty of time to get the spikes rolling here. Alright. Alright. 3 energy. Now we're talking. The channel song out there. It's hot. It's a hot one. Because you have Ember Drain, I don't really want to summon an enemy to fight you. I think I'm just going to let you hit the pyre for 4, or whatever, you know? So Ember Drain is just horrible. If I could get you, I would love to, but I don't think that's happening. Okay, so our multi-strike unit, we're going to start getting you to ball out of control, hopefully. I think we pretty much have to just get you with as much spell weakness as possible. I'm not too worried about it. Like, our pyre does some serious damage. I don't see a good reason not to put you down here. I mean, you're doing 2022 is really good. You should be tanky, though. You should be in front of our other unit, in front of our super unit. But I will say we have to silence, I think. Otherwise, we'll have no mana next turn. No energy, sorry. Yeah, so Ember Drain did not apply, which is super good. Immune? Immune? Oh, immune to Ember Drain, I guess is what was happening there. Alright, alright. So, this time, things are now starting to get a little spicier. I think we make our multi-strike unit quick. And then, enjoy your spell weakness. You're not dying. You're not dying. I think we'll daze the bottom floor. Torch you. I mean, if we're just gonna, then it's done. We're just gonna daze the bottom floor because we don't have, we don't want to play those other cards. Can definitely live with this. You still got Ember Drain, which is insanely annoying. However, we can't do anything with Ice and Pyre on that one, unfortunately, but it did still get 2 kills for the price of 0, so, kind of like in the exact same boat right there. And then, similarly, I don't see a good reason not to daze y'all. And it's only getting better here. Anytime we can avoid dealing with the Ember Drain, life is but a dream. So you are going to get more regen. And this is the first time we've really had you going strong in a long time. You're already torched here. I don't know, maybe we should have stacked up some weakness on you, because not doing too much here, but to an enemy unit. I mean, we're trying to incant, right? Hey, I'm incanting here. Now, what's your deal? When damaged, you get 1 extra attack. That's pretty bad, don't get me wrong. But this is also our time to get this going. And then I think we might as well buff you. 567. Obviously, you're not going to take any more damage. In fact, you're actually taking less now as a result of this. So I think we should just let the spell damage go as high as possible. Yep. Okay, so this is now our play. We don't want to make you too strong. We want to play this, though, so it gets held over for next turn. Although I guess maybe 2 of them is not that relevant. So the dream is just to make your spell weakness as high as possible. I'm looking at it. I think 15 might have you dead already. But we might as well make it higher. I just double-clicked on it and got you. Alright, alright. I mean, plus 5 magic power on this floor? It's not bad. It's not bad. But, hold on. Incant 2 frostbite to enemy units for 1? That's like unbelievably good. Deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to... No. This is... You're trying to tempt me. You're trying to be a temptress. Okay. We don't need the pyre health. Do we want a duplicated card? and make our units stronger. I think so. I think this is our play. So what do we duplicate? We have to look at our deck real quick. We got some great stuff. I mean, obviously, the Helical Chrysalis is hard to argue with, right? But so the spell weakness is also super good. It's like super good. So hear me out here. Let's start by seeing what we got. Upgrade a unit with quick. I really, sadly, don't see the use for that. But if you give me a second here, let's see what you got trinket-wise. Incant abilities trigger an additional time. I think, like, there you go. There's your play. And then we can get 2 small upgrades. But no rerolls. So make a unit stronger. I think making our Frostbite unit stronger, even though we just got it, is pretty sick. And then who's most likely to be at the front? None of you, but maybe the guard. Maybe the guard. And then it's still tough, but I think you go for the Helical Chrysalis. And then we got our boss fight. We've at least made it to the final boss. Very exciting. Friendly units do enter with Sap 3, which is really bad. But maybe I can silence you and you'll lose. But is Sap triggered? It feels triggered. Do you have Ember Drain? No. You have Multi-Strike, but we don't have Quick yet. Okay. So, I think we can afford to build floor 0. So I think you go Thorned Hollow. Although 24 damage is coming out here. Luckily I buffed it. That's a dream come true. So you're taking a lot of heat, don't get me wrong. But, I mean the sap sucks, but at least we're still getting spell weakness. We still got 3 space here. Well, we really want our Thorned unit to get hit is the thing. So I kind of think you just do better at the front, unfortunately, and we'll torch you. You're getting good incants, and then at least we're getting 50 damage out there. And we hit the boss. Okay, so we really would like to keep that Thorned Hollow alive, but he does come back from the dead. So hold on. You getting quick is sick. You don't have quick. Oh, hold the front door, okay? Just start, let me think about it for a minute. I think you'd start here. Hear me out. All right? We do want this in camp, so we've made a small mistake for sure. And I think you do go here, though it's spicy. You were taking quite a lot of damage. However, you're now destroyed, which is exactly what we needed. You're still dying. However, why was I about to say now you're not? Because you're not doing enough damage, but with this you now are. You're living. You're living. You're not. It's a little tunnel vision there. That's okay. We're trying to keep the Thorn Hollow alive if possible. What are we drawing here? Train Steward or Wildwood Custodian. It's just hard to keep you alive. That's all I'm going to say about this story. It's like it's hard to keep you alive. And you're both going down, huh? $10, $14, $10, $10, $14. I mean, I could probably save that unit. Hear me out here. We don't need to save this unit because it's coming back. I think we play the Enchanted unit here. And the dream for certain is that it saves this lady. But let me think about this, okay? So 10 damage, you're dead. Then it would be 14. No, because you attack first. This guy's not going anywhere, though. Okay, well, let me put it this way. You're definitely going to play every card. The only question is how you order it. I think you should be here, unfortunately. And I don't think your regen is going to keep you alive. It can't keep you alive. That doesn't really do much. It's mostly for the incant ability, honestly. And then we start building something on this floor. Sorry, I'm getting further away from the mic. The more I think, the further away I have to get from the mic. So straight up, losing the Thorned Hollow doesn't matter that much. Because we have, it's coming back, right? However, is still pretty spicy. So you gotta put a Thorned Hollow up in the front. That's a gimme. Now he's getting killed. That doesn't really matter all that much. Well, you really just play it, I think you just play it like this. The unit at the front is still dying, which sucks real bad. But we're at least putting enough frostbite on these other enemies. I don't know, this one is kind of falling apart at the end for sure. Well, I'll tell you, I know what's happening here. Petty theft, kind of a gimme. Thorned Hollow for sure, and then we can at least play 2 of these. Excuse me, you lived? Oh, but you're not gonna die to frostbite. Do I really want you to do 10 pyre damage? I think we got to accept you're going to get away. But if things go super well, we might be able to stop you from getting too far ahead. This is a really hot one. This is a hot deck. By the way, where's my spell weakness spells, please? This the central thing I'm relying on in this deck is some spell weakness. You guys aren't going to do very much damage to the pyre, so I ain't sweating it, okay? What I am sweating, you're going to die. Is there anything we can do about that? Yes. You living, although you suck, it's probably more valuable than the Thorned Hollow living. Although this will kill our Glacier unit. So actually, you know what? I think I'm wrong. I think we have an obligation to get out in front of you. And all of a sudden, we're living. You're dead pretty much no matter what. And I don't know. I don't know who to buff. Don't really need to keep the Thorned Hollow alive. Maybe we'll try to keep our Frostbite Enabler alive. It's doing a pretty nice amount of progressive damage in lieu of spell weakness. It's dangerous. It's for certain dangerous. Alright, well, I mean, Ice and Pyre is exactly what we're looking for. You have 20 Frostbite, but no spell weakness, which, I'm just gonna say it makes no sense to me. You have Multi-Strike and Harvest. I think in order to stay ahead, in my opinion, we have to silence on this floor. Let's get you destroyed. Our champion is at least living now. And that's all that's gonna live. It is hard to imagine how we kill the boss on this one. Only our champion stands in the way. Well, there's no reason not to, because it comes back. So having this unit out here is valuable for sure. And then, we're not getting any incants anymore, but it is what it is. Now no spell weakness, which is, again, staggering to me. 19 stacks of Frostbite is not enough. Am I losing it? Where is my spell weakness? Well, we're about to draw it next turn. So I think I'm going to be real with you. I don't think Daze does this for us. I don't really mind you getting away. I think you play Thorn Hollow. Like, we're only saving one attack. And this saves one attack, too. But this ensures that we get all of our holdovers next turn. We'd really rather play super spell weakness than holdovers, but we're super screwed. Like very, very screwed. It's not even close. That being said, I thought that was a pretty good attempt. It was a 1 hour and 11 minute long video. I thought we had a pretty solid performance, in my opinion. We unlocked a new clan, the Umbra. Commune with Shroud? Oh, I don't subscribe at a high enough patron level to get access to him in the normal world. I don't think he has a Patreon. I'm not trying to gaslight Shroud. It was just a joke. Apply Frozen to a card in your hand. Playing a spell deals 2 damage to a random enemy unit on the floor. Whoa, I mean, the levels are coming like crazy here. Spikes deal an extra 2 damage per stack. The first time a friendly unit is healed, draw 1. I think if we had taken more heals, we actually could have made this work with our Thorned Hollow, but I'm not too upset about that. I thought that was a pretty good performance. For now, thanks for watching. I'm going to assume you enjoyed the video if you watched all 1 minute, or 1 hour, 11 minute, and 53 seconds of it. If you did, click the like button. It's the single best way to give the series some momentum, to send a message to YouTube like, hey, this content's good, show it to more people. This game's great, show it to more people. Of course, I'm going to ask you again, click the like button. It helps me out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll be in the comments, and I'll see you next time. See ya!